Hi everyone. Today's pick a card reading is all about answering the question, what financial blessings are coming your way? So in this reading, we are going to find out what positive blessings are entering your life. So in this reading, we are going to find out what positive blessings are entering your life in your money, finances, and abundance department. Remember, this is a general reading, so simply take what resonates and leave what doesn't. These readings are always meant to empower you. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, my e-courses, or services, check out the links in my description. Now, if you are new to pick a card readings, here's how it works. The first thing you're going to do is you are going to pick the pile that you are the most intuitively drawn to. If you need more time, or if you like to choose with crystals, give me a second and I will pop them on the cards. We have pile 1 here with the flower agate crystal. We have pile 2 here with the heat-treated citrine crystal. We have pile 3 here with the celestite crystal. And then we have pile 4 here with the rhodonite crystal. So if you need more time to choose, please pause the video. But when you're ready, go ahead and go to the description or the pinned comment of this video and find the timestamp that is linked to your pile so you can skip ahead to your reading all about answering the question, what financial blessings are coming your way? I will see you on the inside. Hey Pile 1, welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 1. So we have the 3 of Pentacles here. Don't mind me, I had to kind of censor some of the images out because it's YouTube, so we're not trying to get, community guideline, or we're not trying to get like strikes on the channel, so I had to put a little post-it over this. But we have the 3 of Pentacles here. So Pile 1, with the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like any financial efforts that you've been putting out there, they're right on track. So I feel like you're the kind of person that has been working hard, you're working diligently towards your money goals, and this is your sign to keep going. This is a sign that you're making great progress towards these kind of bigger financial goals that you have. So, another blessing that is coming your way is that you're about to reach a stage where your plans are finally starting to come to fruition. You know what I mean? Like, you're able to finally start seeing those tangible results. So, your hard work and your dedication and your attention to detail will lead you to more financial rewards and recognition. And some of you here may find that, collaborating with others and, focusing on things like teamwork could be important in bringing in your financial blessings, or things like resources, right? Or wealth. So yeah, working with others is going to be a really important theme here. That's the energy of the 3 of Pentacles. So maybe you finally find the right business partners. Maybe you meet other creators, or, maybe you start to work with other sorts of teammates that could help lead you to financial success. Maybe some of you are even going to be seeking advice or mentorship in your financial pursuits, and this could be really beneficial to you. So for example, imagine that you work for a marketing agency and your team has a campaign, a marketing campaign to launch a new product, and each member of your team knows how to bring their own unique skills to the table, right? So maybe you're the one who's really skilled in market research and data analysis, and your expertise is that you know how to gather information about the target audience and market trends. And another person on your team could be the creative designer, right? Who excels at creating graphics and visuals for advertisements. And another person on your team could be a very experienced copywriter who can craft persuasive and engaging marketing copy, right? There's something unique that every person on the team brings to the table. So I do feel like you're going to be bringing in more income and wealth by working together with others and kind of pooling your talents and resources to achieve a successful outcome in your career and your creative business, in your projects and your pursuits. So that's all super exciting, pile one. So, okay, the next card that we have here is Vata. So I feel like with Vata, I feel like this is another blessing that's coming into your life in addition to the financial blessings that are going to be flowing into your life. I feel like this represents a spiritual blessing that you are about to receive. In Ayurveda, Vata is one of the 3 main doshas or energies in our human body, and it's associated with the qualities of air and space. So the energy of Vata is creative, especially in the mind. It's active, it's imaginative. Vata knows how to think outside of the box and can come up with new, creative, innovative solutions to problems. Vata is adaptable and open to change, enthusiastic, they have a zest for life. Vata is associated with excitement and curiosity, quick thinking, sensitivity, like the ability to pick up on subtle cues that others might miss, lightness, agility, spiritual connection, and Vata dominant people may also have like a natural inclination towards spirituality and things like meditation. So this could all be like the type of energy that could help you reach your goals, but maybe this is also just kind of this new energy that's ushered in for you and kind of like a nice little complement to the financial blessings that are coming into your life. So I always think it's really cool when we've got spiritual blessings that come in with the tangible physical blessings. There can be emotional blessings, you know, so many different levels of blessings, but Vata just talks about your spiritual blessings here. So the next card that we have here is we have Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces. So with Meditate and Contemplate, New Moon in Pisces, I feel like a new start is going to be taking place in your life, and it's one related to things like feelings and emotions and love and creativity and relationships. I also feel like healing is also going to make its way into your life, like emotional healing. And this emotional healing, I feel like it's going to be really helpful in clearing out the old so that you can make room for new and better and more aligned things to flow in, right? So maybe some of you out there will be addressing and recovering from emotional wounds or trauma or grief, right? Maybe some of you start working with, you know, releasing painful emotions so that you can get more insight into the underlying causes of any emotional pain that is still lingering within you. I just feel like you're going to be finding ways to restore your emotional well-being and balance. And remember, healing is something that's truly personal. It's an individual journey. It's definitely not a linear process, and it might take some time. So do remember to be patient with yourself and seek out support when you feel like it's needed. I just feel like the blessing with this card is that you're going to be improving your mental health and transforming your overall quality of life. The next card that we have here is Brown Bear Spirit, and it says, take time out. Let me get you a closer look at this card. I just wanted to hold up all of the cards today to give you a closer look because they're so aesthetic and they're so beautiful. I'm noticing a theme for your pile one. You have a lot of blues in here, so I think that, you know, in this pile we do have a lot of empaths, a lot of highly sensitive people. We probably have some water signs in here: Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. Yeah, I was like thinking about one more. But yeah, so if any of you here are empaths or highly sensitive people, I encourage you to check out my Empath Empowerment e-course. It's a self-study online e-course. And it basically takes you through empowering yourself as an empath through learning more about yourself as an empath, learning more about your empath gifts, It's learning about how to manage energetic overwhelm. It also talks about setting healthy boundaries as well. So it's a really great all-encompassing e-course, and I do have that linked for you in the description, so check it out if you feel called to. But getting back here to Brown Bear Spirit, it says take time out. So we also have the number 9 present here, and with 9s, it talks about completing cycles or closing out chapters. So this is definitely going to be a new start for you, a new chapter. And with this card, I feel like you're going to intentionally set time aside for rest and relaxation and self-care, or some kind of like break from your regular responsibilities. I do feel like you're going to make the conscious decision to step away from the daily demands of life and, you know, give yourself time to recharge and reflect and rejuvenate yourself and your energy. I do feel like you're going to be blessed with time to physically and mentally unwind. You're going to be prioritizing self-care, where you can indulge in the things that do nurture your physical and emotional and mental health. And I do feel like you're going to have a chance to finally go ahead and replenish your physical and emotional reserves. So, you know, this taking time out, this period of rest, it's going to foster more creativity and inspiration for you, Pile 1. And you're going to have the chance to gain a different perspective on your life and anything that might be going on in your life. Because when you have the moment to step back, you're able to see situations more clearly and make better decisions. I do also feel like you're going to be spending some quality time with loved ones and doing activities that you enjoy without feeling that pressure of time and having busy schedules. You know what? Another thing I want to do here is I want to pull some information from our Animal Power book. So this is the Animal Power book, 100 Animals to Energize Your Life and Awaken Your Soul, by Allison Charles, illustrations by William Santiago. I like to reference this book when we have like an animal spirit in our reading, because it often gives us, or a spirit animal, I just said it backwards. It's so early, guys. It's like 6:30 in the morning here. Yesterday I was like, I'm gonna set an intention to wake up early and film my readings, because I really love doing this for you guys. And you know, life can get so busy. I'm a mother, definitely have my hands in multiple places, being an e-commerce business owner and being an entrepreneur. So yeah, sometimes I don't always get to film these readings, and then yeah, I get bummed out. So I'm glad to be here. That's my long-winded way of saying I'm glad to be here today. And I'm really grateful that you guys are here with me too. So I'm like looking for brown bear, but I should just be looking for bear. So let's see. There we go. Okay, so bear. Let's find out what additional information we might need to know about bear as a spirit animal. Okay, so it says bear. Grounded power, stabilizing comfort, consciousness, surrender into divine support, and courage. Okay, so when to work with bear spirit. When you need to be energetically recharged. Oh my gosh, guys, we just talked about resting and recharging. So love it when the messages confirm themselves and certain points get pushed further, because it just means it's emphasizing how important that is. So yes, when to work with bear spirit. When you need to be energetically recharged, when you need comfort, when you want to feel held by the love of the universe, when you want to learn to go within and trust yourself, and when you want to feel more grounded, when you want to stand in your power. Yes. Okay, so the energy medicine here, it says, if you are experiencing a time of awakening, a time where previously held illusions or denials are now releasing and coming up into light, tap into my support as you rise and change. I love this. I'll have this book and all of these decks linked for you in the description if you feel like checking it out or getting your hands on a copy. So the next card that we have here is the Voyage of the Heart, and it says love flows through you and to you. So the phrase love flows through you and to you, I feel like this is the idea that love is both a force that both like kind of like that does emanate from within you, and it is a force that can also be directed towards you from external sources. So you yourself could be very loving within, and then somebody else could show their love towards you, right? That is kind of an example of love flows through you and to you. So yeah, this is a representation of feeling that interconnectedness of love, and I feel like this is going to be another blessing flowing into your life. I do feel like your life is going to be filled with more self-love. I feel like you're going to be cultivating a deep and compassionate love for yourself, where you embrace your flaws and your imperfections, and you nurture your own well-being. But I also feel like you're going to be expressing love to others, sharing this love through your actions and your words and your gestures. I do feel like your compassion and kind of like that energy of unconditional love, it's going to be at an all-time high during this time as well. So I feel like you're going to be extending kindness, understanding, and support to those who might be in need. And I also feel the energy of generosity and giving here. So maybe some of you will find that you'll be sharing your resources or your time or your energy with others, and I think that sort of energy does bring on more blessings for you as well. But I know that you're not in it for that, you're just doing it out of the kindness of your heart. So yes, we also have the cleansing card here. It says cleansing, lemon. We do have Gemini present here. But yeah, this card represents like closing out one chapter and starting a new fresh one, right? We spoke about that with the number 9 here. But yeah, I also feel like a change is coming in terms of your environment or your situation. Maybe some of you are going to be cleansing your home. Maybe you're going to be getting rid of things that no longer serve a purpose in your life. And maybe some of you are going to be letting go of old habits, right? Or self-limiting belief patterns, maybe thoughts that don't serve your highest and best good. But cleansing and purification can also symbolize transformation or personal growth, right? So maybe some of you are going to be shedding old, negative, or kind of like unaligned parts of yourself or your life so that you can make way for new and positive change. And this could also represent you receiving the blessing of emotional healing. Maybe you're going to release emotional baggage and trauma or, negative emotions, which will ultimately help you feel more at peace, right? And more at ease. So yeah, maybe some of you out there who are spiritually inclined are going to be making a habit of clearing your spaces, cleansing them, objects, maybe yourself of your, the energy any energy that is no longer that is no longer serving you with a purpose. Can use things like sweetgrass, lavender. There are so many tools that can be used to cleanse that aren't culturally like appropriating or endangering indigenous plants. So yeah, like, when people use like white sage or Palo Santo, that you can use other things like sweetgrass and lavender and all that kind of stuff. So okay, so the next card that we have here is Limitless. And so it says, see yourself open to receive in the most miraculous ways. The divine can use anything and anyone. Interesting. So I feel like the term limitless in terms of like a financial blessing means that like you're going to have an abundance of financial resources, or you're going to have like opportunities that seem like boundless without restrictions, right? Like I feel like you're going to have access to like a significant amount of wealth or financial support that allows you to meet your needs and your desires and your goals without feeling restricted or like having constraints on you. So an example of this could be like being wealthy beyond like having wealth beyond basic needs, right? Like you have enough money not only to cover your basic necessities like housing and food and healthcare, but you also have enough to indulge in luxuries and experiences, right? Or another example could be, if you have limitless financial resources, you can be really generous and donate to causes that you care about or support whatever organizations that you are passionate about, right? I think also having like, a limitless financial blessing could be having that freedom and security, right? So like having that financial security and knowing that you can kind of weather like unexpected expenses and life changes without worry. So I think that this is a super, super exciting card to have. We do have the home card. So this is a beautiful home. It's got good bones and it needs some maintenance, right? It probably needs a paint job. We've got weeds growing out of the roof. Maybe it needs a new roof. It needs some landscaping, as you can see, probably some cleaning on the inside. So again, I do feel like, especially when we talked with the cleansing card, I feel like you guys may have this opportunity to cleanse your home and make room for beautiful new blessings to flow in. We also have a quote on the back. So it says, "It is in the shelter of each other that people live." It's an Irish proverb. Interesting. So not only are you going to be financially abundant, but I do feel like you also are going to be abundant in love, abundant in your relationships, abundant in your home and family dynamics, right? I do feel like you are going to feel like, what do they say? Like, you can have all the riches in the world, but if you're lonely, right? Like, doesn't matter, like that kind of thing. I'm sure there's a more eloquent way to say it, but you catch my drift, right? So you are going to be, I feel like I keep hearing like blessings on multiple levels: financial, physical, emotional, spiritual. So these are all really exciting things to look forward to, pile one. The next thing I want to do here is I would love to pull an abundance affirmation for you all, especially with like these financial readings. I love to do like financial and abundance affirmations. So what is pile one's abundance affirmation? This one says, "I am focused, my success is inevitable, persistent, and I will not quit." I love that. It's almost like this like unwavering belief in yourself that your success is inevitable. You're not going to quit. You're going to keep showing up. And as a result of that, blessings are going to be in bloom, right? You're going to have a bounty of harvest to have. So there is your abundance affirmation. We are also going to get some information from our astro dice. So what else do we need to know? What kind of financial blessings are coming your way? Pile one. Okay, so we've got Leo. We've got, we'll just do 12th house. Oh, excuse me. And we have the South Node. Okay, so with Leo here, Leo is associated with the sun, right? And it's often associated with things like creativity and self-expression and leadership. So maybe with the energy of Leo, I feel like some of you here have like this flair for attracting attention and taking charge. In terms of your finances, I feel like with Leo here, it might be a reminder to kind of embody that confidence in kind of any financial endeavors that you're pursuing. And it is also a reminder to like seek opportunities that allow us to shine, right? And showcase our talents. I think this will be really helpful in your finances. Or maybe like this also means that some of you might be drawn to work or kind of like career fields that allow you to express your creativity and your individuality. So yeah, and then we also have the 12th house here. So with the 12th house is associated with things like hidden strengths, spirituality, and the unconscious mind. So with this, I think it represents like your subconscious attitudes and beliefs and behaviors related to money. It might be a sign to go ahead and explore kind of like what your inner motivations are, what your inner beliefs, your inner attitudes are towards money in order to like achieve those financial blessings. It could also talk about things like you having like hidden talents or resources that you need to tap into in order to improve your financial situation. So there's a couple different things there. And then with the South Node here, it represents like past life experiences and tendencies that we bring into our current life. It's also associated with things like karmic lessons and areas that we might have already mastered, like certain skills or behaviors. And I think that like while it can bring gifts from our past lives, it can also represent areas where we might kind of like over rely on, like kind of old patterns that we over rely on. So with your finances, I feel like you do have like these natural talents and resources that are related to money, but it could be like a message not to rely on these too heavily without exploring like new approaches, new strategies to your financial goals. I think it also talks about this need to like break free from any like old financial restraints or habits or patterns, right? Like maybe it's a call to like work on your money mindset a little bit more. And yeah, I do feel like it'll allow you to break free and experience more of those financial blessings in your lifetime. So love, love, love that for you guys. And then the next thing I want to do here is I want to end with a book divination, Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. So let's figure out what additional information does pile 1 need to know for their highest good. So it says invest in your health. Don't allow being busy at work to become an excuse for a poor diet and a lack of exercise. Although working hard might allow you to earn more, all the money in the world won't be worth a cent if you don't have your health to enjoy it. The first wealth is health. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I love this. I think it's also like I like these readings to be holistic. I don't like to only focus on one thing, and so I love it when reminders about taking care of our health, you know, our spiritual health, our emotional health, physical health, that's all included in here, because sometimes I think having a focus only on finances can kind of distract us from the overall well-being of our body. So yes, well, thank you so much, Pile 1. I hope that you really enjoyed this reading. If you liked this video, if it resonates with you, please give it a like and comment below with what pile you chose. I really love to chat with you all in the comments. If you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I love to have you all here and have you be the first to see any upcoming new videos that I put out there. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. Take care of yourself, and I hope to see you on the next video. I do have a whole playlist of pick-a-cards, so definitely check that out if you have some time after this video. But if not, I'll see you back on the next video. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so Pile 2. The first card that we have here is the Justice card. So with the Justice card here, Pile 2, I do feel like a resolution in your finances is coming. So if you have felt like things haven't been fair in the money department, just know that things are about to change and balance and fairness are arriving. The blessings that are coming your way are the result of your own hard work, your ethics, and, you know, making responsible financial choices. I feel like you're a person of integrity and honesty, so I feel like you will be pleasantly rewarded for your like authenticity and kind of your behavior that's in alignment with your highest good. So I do feel like you're receiving financial blessings as a result of like positive karma or positive past good deeds. And I feel like the word ethics keep popping up. So I do feel like you're the kind of person that has ethical behavior and fairness in financial matters. And with that being said, I feel like because of this, you're going to be like getting monetary rewards because of this. So if any of you are out there dealing with negotiations, contracts, or partnerships, Just know that fair and just outcomes are coming your way in your money and resource department of life. If some of you out there are dealing with legal matters, just know that fair and balanced outcomes are on the horizon. Maybe for some of you, you find that this is a time when you can carefully balance your budget and make sure that your income and your expenses are in harmony. This could also be a reminder to evaluate your financial situation with objective eyes, right? And make any necessary adjustments as you see fit. And some of you here may find that seeking professional, like financial advice, maybe could help you make the most of your newfound financial blessings, and just to make sure that, you manage your blessings in a way that is fair and just to yourself. So we have the Samadhi card. With Samadhi, it's a state of being where like that sense of I or the individual self completely disappears. It's this state of pure awareness without any mental constructs or thoughts or ideas. So I do feel like this is going to be a spiritual blessing that's entering your life in addition to the financial blessings that are entering your life. So yeah, it also represents things like having that highest form of self-realization. And it's also associated with things like deep meditation, with yoga, with things like contemplation. It's really considered like a state of bliss and peace and liberation. So its essence is the like experience of kind of unity, right? Like profound unity and transcending the ego and realizing your true nature. So I think this is a huge financial blessing. I feel like this is a huge spiritual blessing that is coming in addition to those financial blessings that are coming your way. So the next card that we have here is the new moon in Aries. So we've got the new moon in Aries. I feel like another blessing that's related to your financial situation that's coming your way is something that will help you with making a new start or a new beginning. So this is the yes card. So you could be getting a yes in response to something that you've been wanting. I feel like success, it's coming your way in terms of whatever goal that you've been going after. So this is your reminder to continue to take action in whatever way that you feel led towards achieving these goals. And I'm also feeling like the word consistency keeps coming up with this card. So I feel like it's a reminder to keep up with the consistency that you've been putting in towards your dreams. This means translating your aspirations and your desires and your plans into concrete steps and behaviors that will move you closer to your intended or target goal, right? Or your target outcome. I feel like the word SMART goals is coming up. I have a background in education, so I'm all about the SMART goals. But basically, this just talks about like defining and outlining your goals in specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound terms. This is actually a really beautiful way to help actualize your goals in a way that's very clear and planned out, and you can track it over time. So the next card that we have here is Lizard Spirit. And this card says, dream your world into being. So with Lizard Spirit, dream your world into being, this could be your sign to start allowing yourself to daydream and imagine more often. So it's really your call to let your imagination guide you toward allowing more blessings to flow into your life. Let your mind dance around with new possibilities and the miracles that could be. This is your call to do what you need to do to reignite the inspiration within you again. For example, this could be things like immersing yourself in nature or meditating or playing, right? It's allowing yourself to let yourself grow and expand farther than you initially imagined. So be open to magic and miracles making their way toward you. I also feel like your thoughts and beliefs will play a significant role in shaping your perception of the world. The idea behind dreaming your world into being is that your mental outlook can influence how you both interpret and interact with reality. So it's kind of this idea that having positive and empowering thoughts tend to lead to positive experiences. You want to set clear intentions, and you want to focus your attention on your desires, right? Because this is what's going to help direct your energy towards manifesting your desires. So you can vividly imagine your goals and your desired outcomes, because this reinforces your commitment and it aligns your subconscious mind with your conscious intentions. Your emotions and feelings are also very powerful tools in your manifestation process. When you are feeling happy and grateful and content and you feel good, you send out energetic signals that can attract what you want. So this is your reminder to hold that strong belief in your ability to manifest your desires. This is essential for the manifestation process to work. And what we're going to do next is we're going to look in our animal power book and get some messages from the lizard spirit, seeing if there's any additional messages we need to know. Okay. So with lizard here, we have the themes of dreams, transformation, adaptation, sunshine, healthy boundaries, internal power, and gratitude. So when to work with the lizard spirit: when you are ready to initiate change in your life, when you are ready to let go of what you've clung to in the past, when you want to transcend fear, and when you need support moving forward, when you want to understand and act upon the messages in your dreams. So the energy medicine here is: are you ready for change? I initiate powerful and sometimes immediate transformation and help you become more adaptable. Call upon me when you want strength in living in a new way. So if any of you out there have been called to make a change or to start a new fresh chapter, to turn over a new leaf, drop me a comment. I am so curious to see who else has been out there who feel like they're on like the precipice of change, right? Or the cusp of a new era of their life. I definitely have been feeling that energy, and I think it's a collective thing. So if you feel like you're ready for a change, drop me a comment if you feel called to do so. You can leave me a lizard emoji if you just feel like dropping an emoji, or you can drop me a comment and share more about the changes that you are wanting to enact in your life. So, okay, we've got the messages from lizard spirit. The next thing I want to talk about here is stepping into power. And so let me hold this card up so you can see what's going on. So we have stepping into power, and it says, you are strong beyond measure. So with the stepping into power card, stepping into your power is a phrase that is often used in the personal development field, and it refers to the process of recognizing and embracing your inner strength, your confidence, and your authentic self. So I feel like this is an additional blessing that is flowing into your life, you know, in addition to the financial blessings that you're going to receive. I feel like you're going to be feeling really good about asserting yourself and taking control of your life and living in alignment with your values and your goals. So I feel like you're going to be feeling super confident in your abilities and in your decisions and in your choices. So this is the energy of you believing in yourself, trusting your judgment, and this is going to be also the energy of you being true to yourself and living authentically on a deeper level, right? So you're going to be embracing your uniqueness and releasing the energy of needing to kind of like blend or conform to societal expectations or the opinions of others. I feel like you're going to be setting and maintaining healthy boundaries in your relationships and life, and you're also going to be asserting what is acceptable to you and what is not, so that you can make sure that your needs are met without compromising your own well-being. I love that the courage card is coming up here next, and it says time. We have the Libra symbol here. And with this card, I feel like you're going to be accomplishing more than you could have imagined, pile 2. This is a confirmation that you will be having faith in yourself and your abilities. You're going to have the courage to both face your fears, you know, whether, for example, like these fears revolve around a fear of failure or a fear of rejection, you know, or being perfectionistic, or maybe it's a fear of physical danger or the unknown, right? But courage, it doesn't necessarily mean being fearless, but it's more about taking action despite your fears. So with this energy, I feel like you're going to be standing up for yourself, standing up for your beliefs and your principles and your values. You're going to be advocating for what you believe in. And I also feel like you're going to be more willing to take calculated risks because you recognize that growth and progress often requires us to step outside of our comfort zones, right? So I also feel like you're going to be more open and honest with your feelings and your thoughts and your experiences, even when it feels uncomfortable to share with others. The next card that we have here is Divine Love. It says, when you offer everything to the divine without attachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. So with Divine Love here, you know, the phrase divine love, it talks about like that profound, unconditional love that's associated with like the divine or the spiritual or like a higher power. And when we're thinking about divine love as a blessing, I feel like it means that you're about to experience or receive this really all-encompassing love that that really gives you things like inner peace and fulfillment, right? I feel like you're also going to be feeling like healing and transformation from this. You know, this divine love is also going to bring you blessings in connection and unity with others, right? You're going to be feeling loved and connected, right? And I just feel like your sense of oneness and harmony is going to feel like it's at an all-time high. So yeah, I just feel like divine love, it's going to also show up as like gratitude and abundance in your life. I feel like your outlook on life is going to be different, and you're going to have a greater appreciation for all of the blessings that you receive. And I just think this is a beautiful addition to the financial blessings that are flowing into your life. We also have the Rose card here. So with the roses here, I do feel like something is going to be in bloom for you. Things are going to be fruiting, you know, your manifestations are going to be coming to fruition. And then we do have a quote on the back of this card. So it says, "It will never rain roses. When we want to have more roses, we must plant more." George Eliot. So I think that there's a lot of energy around taking action and taking the actual steps to, you know, create the life that you truly desire, right? So like, for example, if you want to attract more love into your life, then we have to be more loving, right? We have to love ourselves, love other people. If we want more money in our lives, right? Part of that whole process is, yes, dreaming the world and dreaming that outcome or that goal into being, but it's also about taking action, right? It's about trusting, but then also doing our part. So yeah, I feel like this is a really beautiful energy, pile one. The next thing I want to do is I want to pull an abundance affirmation for you. So what is pile two's abundance affirmation? Okay, so you have, "I am a powerful force that cannot be stopped. Abundance awaits me." I love that. "I am a powerful force that cannot be stopped. Abundance awaits me." Beautiful. So with that, I feel like it just further speaks about you taking action, you like really truly believing in yourself that you can indeed dream whatever reality you want into being. You're really stepping into that power. I think that we have the energy of courage here. So this all talks about you being that powerful force that can't be stopped, and your abundance that's awaiting you, that's inevitable. It's going to happen, right? It's only a matter of time. It's about getting in that energy of like, it's only a matter of time. My blessings are coming, right? So the next thing I want to do here is I would love to roll the Astro dice and get more information about what financial blessings are coming into pile two's life. Oh my gosh, okay. So, sorry, they're just like flying all over the place. So we have the Sun. We have Capricorn. And then we have the 8th house. So with the Sun, with Capricorn, and with the 8th house here, I feel like, well, let's start with the Sun. So the Sun, it's, you know, it's often associated with things like our core identity, our vitality, our power, you know, our ego, our personality. And when it comes to financial blessings, I feel like maybe things like your self-worth and your confidence are going to play a significant role in your financial success, right? So if you embody energy that's assertive and self-assured and, you know, this knowing that you're capable of reaching your financial goals with that determination. I think that's going to lead to a lot of financial success for you. I also feel like this could symbolize you having a very strong sense of individuality and maybe a desire for maybe like recognition and status in your financial matters. So we also have the energy of Capricorn here. And this earth sign is also associated with things like discipline, ambition, and practicality. So maybe like your strong work ethic and your commitment to achieving those financial goals will bring you that financial success that you're looking for. Maybe you achieve financial stability and success through things like hard work, having patience, long-term planning. But yeah, if you are, this is the energy of maybe being drawn to careers in business, management, and finances. You know, maybe some of you out there are focused on climbing the corporate or financial ladder. But with the 8th house here, this talks about things like shared resources and transformation and other people's money. So, you know, maybe some of you receive financial blessings through inheritances and joint ventures and investments, right? I feel like some of you out there might be deeply interested in financial matters. You might have the potential to benefit from other people's resources, such as maybe inheritances or financial partnerships. 8th house is also associated with things like transformation and change. So maybe these financial blessings come through significant financial changes or significant financial shifts. I just feel like you're dreaming a whole new world into being. So that's all super exciting, pile 2. Let's tap into our book divination. This is Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. So with Less is More, let's find out what additional information pile 2 needs to know for their highest and best good. Okay, so it says embrace silence. If you live a busy life, you probably find your brain buzzing with thoughts during every waking hour. Rather than adding to this cacophony with background music, news of the day, or the latest in reality TV, turn the television or radio off and enjoy the silence. Whilst you might not have a mute button for your thoughts, allowing them to roam free and uninterrupted is the fastest way to get them to move on. Silence is golden. American proverb. Yeah, I love this. I feel like also spending time in silence allows you to tune into your own energy, your own thoughts. And for those of you who are empaths out there, you know, if you feel like you're highly sensitive and you absorb the emotions and the problems and the challenges of other people and you take them on as your own, you know, this is really important. And with that being said, if you are interested in becoming a more empowered empath, I do have an empath e-course. It's a self-study e-course focused on helping empaths to empower themselves from the inside out. We focus on doing the inner work by learning more about your empath gifts, about setting and maintaining healthy boundaries in your life and relationships and at work. And we also talk about managing energetic overwhelm and kind of that energetic exhaustion and burnout. So if you're interested in checking that course out, I do have it linked in my description of this video. And yes, with that being said, thank you so much for being here, pile 2. I really appreciate that you spent your time here today. If this reading resonated with you, please give this video a like, comment below with what pile you chose. I love to chat with you all in the comments. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love to have you here. You'll be the first to see any new videos that come out from me. And I would just love to have you as a part of this community. So thank you so much. Take care of yourself. And I do have a whole playlist of pick a card readings, so check it out after this video if you have time. There's like a ton of different readings on different topics, but if I don't catch you on that one, I'll catch you back on the next reading. So I'll see you later, pile 2. Bye. Hey, pile 3. Welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or my e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Okay, so pile 3. So the first card that we have here is the Chariot. So with the Chariot here, you are achieving financial independence and self-sufficiency, which is a huge blessing in the money and resources department. So I feel like a sense of personal empowerment and independence is coming your way in your earnings, in your income, and in your wealth. And sometimes the Chariot card can also be associated with travel or relocation. So for some of you, this might mean that your financial blessings are related to a move or a change in your career or your financial circumstances that is beneficial in some way to your life. Some of you out there might feel like you are inclined to take some calculated risks in your financial pursuits. These steps that you've taken to maybe take risks or step outside of your comfort zone, I feel like it's going to pay off with rewards and blessings. And the good news with the Chariot here is that you will be overcoming any financial challenges that you may be facing. So with this card, your financial blessings will come in as a result of your determination, your focus, and your ability to overcome challenges. So with this card, you have the willpower and the focus to take charge of your financial situation, pile 3. And many of you here are determined to achieve your financial goals, and this determination is something that will lead you to financial success. So the Chariot also does represent things like a sense of balance and direction. So with this, I feel like many of you here will maybe find a way to balance your financial priorities and move forward with a clear financial plan. And I do also feel like your financial blessings will also come as a result of you setting clear financial goals and, actively working towards achieving them. The next card that we have here is Pranayama. Pranayama talks about the practice of controlled and conscious breathing in yoga, and it is believed to have many benefits. So, physical benefits, mental benefits, spiritual benefits. So maybe this is another kind of blessing that is making its way into your life as an additional blessing to the financial one that you're going to receive. Like, I'm thinking it's more like a spiritual blessing. And I feel like, okay, so pranayama, like this technique, this breathing technique is used to calm the nervous system and reduce stress and bring on a state of relaxation. So these could be some themes in terms of blessings coming into your way. And this whole idea of controlled breathing, it helps us to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which can really help to calm us down and bring on feelings of well-being. It can also help to stabilize people's mood and emotions, and it's actually a great tool for meditation. So with pranayama, it can also help to do things like release stored emotions and tensions, which does promote like emotional healing and well-being. So I feel like this is a really nice spiritual and emotional and mental kind of blessing that will be a nice complement to the financial and other blessings that you end up receiving. Okay, so we do have the full moon in Virgo, and this card says you are good enough. So with this card, I feel like these blessings, financial blessings and spiritual blessings and other types of blessings, they will come to you as a result of you fostering a deeper sense of self-worth. So when you start to embody the feeling of knowing that you really are good enough, that's when the magic starts to happen, pile 3. So this could be your card to remind yourself that, you are good enough, and, remembering that we're good enough is important for our self-esteem and our self-confidence. Maybe some of you here start to work with, the use of positive affirmations. Maybe you're going to remind yourself that you are good enough, and, you repeat phrases like, I am worthy, I am enough, I believe in myself. So this can be so powerful in changing your self-perception, and maybe some of you even begin journaling, where you keep a gratitude journal and you write down your achievements and your qualities and the things that you appreciate about yourself. I feel like this is also a great way to reflect on your strengths and your accomplishments. And I also feel like the energy of self-compassion is here. So I do feel like so many of you here are going to start treating yourself with more kindness and more compassion. Kind of just like how you would with a close friend or a loved one. I feel like you're going to be more understanding and forgiving of your mistakes and your flaws. And maybe some of you here are going to be challenging, things like negative self-talk and really paying attention to your inner dialogue and, challenging any negative thoughts. So with this, I really do feel the energy of you replacing self-criticism with positive and empowering thoughts instead. And for those of you who are working on self-worth work right now, this is also your reminder to have patience with yourself, have patience with the process, because building self-esteem and self-worth is definitely an ongoing process, and it's something that needs maintenance. So yes, we also have Groundhog Spirit, and so this one says time to let go. So definitely a new start and a new opportunity. In fact, multiple opportunities are heading your way. So it's really important to recognize when it's time to let go of the people and the places and the things that aren't serving your highest and best good. You know, letting go of things that aren't serving you, it's super important for so many different reasons, right? Like the first thing is that it's important for your mental and your emotional well-being. And, you know, holding on to things, whether they're physical possessions or relationships or beliefs or negative thoughts that don't serve your well-being, can really lead to a lot of stress and anxiety and unhappiness in life, right? So letting go can actually help to free your mind from any like unnecessary burdens and emotional baggage. And letting go is also important for our personal growth as well. Growth often requires change and letting go of old habits or beliefs or situations that are holding you back. When you release things that don't serve you, you do make space for personal development, new opportunities, and positive change to really go ahead and flow into your life a lot more easily. I feel like letting go also brings in a sense of clarity and focus, and it allows us to like release distractions and things that we don't need to focus on, right? So that we can stay clear about our goals and our priorities and our values. And this focus allows us to direct our energy toward what truly matters to us and not focus on the BS, right? So if any of you are out there and you're struggling with releasing toxic or unhealthy relationships, just trust yourself and know that this is essential for your emotional and psychological health. Choosing not to invest your energy in people who don't have your well-being in mind can really create more room for positive, supportive, and fulfilling connections with others. And when we do let go of the things that don't serve us, we do align our lives more closely with our values and our principles. And with this, it can lead us to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment, and it creates space for new opportunities. So, you know, whether it's new relationships or experiences or personal growth, releasing the old can help us to make space for the new. Letting go is a healthy and a necessary part of personal growth and well-being. And it's really more about just making conscious choices that support your happiness and growth and fulfillment. And it's a crucial step towards creating a more meaningful and purposeful life as well. So we also do have the Ascending the Mountain card here, and it says, keep going forward. So yeah, in letting go, I feel like many of you are going to find out that you are moving forward in a better direction for yourself. Moving forward is super important for so many different reasons. I feel like when we continue to move forward, this allows us to learn and adapt and grow, and it also enables us to develop new skills and gain new experiences and become a better version of ourselves, right? Because life is, you know, obviously filled with obstacles and setbacks, and moving forward is really essential to overcome these challenges and learn from them and build resilience. And it really also does help us to, you know, handle adversity better. And I feel like progress is also necessary for achieving your goals and aspirations. So by you moving forward, you take steps towards realizing your dreams and fulfilling your potential. So this is the kind of thing that creates momentum. And the more that you progress, the easier it becomes to keep going. And it also helps us to live in the present, because dwelling on the past or worrying too much about the future can be, you know, harmful to your mental and emotional well-being. So with the idea of moving forward, it helps us to stay grounded in the present and focus on what's in front of us. And the good thing is, opportunities will, you know, often present themselves when you are actively moving forward. So by you staying open to these new experiences and possibilities, you increase your chances of finding those opportunities that do align with your goals. We have the protection card here, we have the Aries sign, and we have the number 9. So I do feel like with the number 9 here, we're closing out old cycles, we're closing old chapters, and we're starting fresh. So with this card, I also feel like your blessings are highly protected. This card symbolizes you being on the right path in some area of your life. And this is your sign to keep going. Don't give up. Trust that you are being protected and shielded during this process of working towards achieving your goals. This is your sign to keep going. Don't give up, and trust that you are being protected and shielded during this process of working toward achieving your goals, right? This is also a reminder to take a stand for yourself and empower your life. You have the strength to endure the journey towards your goals, and I feel like your health and your well-being is strongly protected as well. So I do feel like many of you here are going to be working on setting and maintaining healthy boundaries, and this is going to be super helpful with fostering a deeper sense of self-worth and self-confidence as well. It also means having respect and self-worth, which, often involves standing up for yourself and not tolerating disrespect or mistreatment from others. This could be like you setting clear expectations for how you expect to be treated and communicating your boundaries, right? So another thing here could be like learning to say no when you feel uncomfortable or overextended or when something goes against your values. I feel like that's a big part of protecting your boundaries and your well-being as well. So yes. So the next blessing that's coming into your life, in addition to any financial blessings that are coming in, is courage. So it says, let me be open to courageously take the steps that are shown. Ooh, I love this. Okay, so I feel like you're going to be blessed with courage in a couple different ways. I feel like this courage that you're about to be blessed with will empower you to take more action, right? It's going to empower you to move past fear and doubt and any obstacles that might, be blocking you from pursuing your goals and your dreams. And I feel like you're going to be moving forward and confronting any challenges or obstacles with confidence. I also think that this courage is going to bring you a lot more resilience and adaptability. I feel like you're going to have a better idea of how to face adversity and, do this and do it with like strength and resilience. You're a really tough cookie is what I'm hearing. And I feel like you have this ability to weather life storms and bounce back from setbacks, right? I'm sure some of you here are like, I've done it 1,000 times, trust me. So I just feel like, you're going to have this like really good ability or great ability to adapt to different circumstances. And I think this is all going to contribute to, your overall personal growth and personal development. But I also really feel like there's an emphasis on your courage leading you to success, I feel like you're the type of person who's willing to take risks and explore new opportunities, and make decisions that will ultimately lead you to advancing your career or bringing in more financial stability or more love, right? So I just feel like you having this courage to make like bolder life decisions and facing your fears, it can lead to greater happiness and, greater contentment. It can help you to embrace challenges and pursue like your personal passions. And I feel like this overall is going to bring you a sense of fulfillment and well-being. We also have the wildflower card here. So I think this message is twofold. I feel like you're going to have the courage to grow freely, grow wildly in your own unique and authentic way. I don't think that you're going to be doing things based on the kind of beliefs and, shoulds of other people. You're going to stand out on your own. Your path is yours. It's unique. It's meant for you to create it the way that you see fit. And then we also have grow free. Oh, it says grow free wildflower. Yeah. So in addition to any financial blessings that are coming in, I do feel like both courage and freedom and autonomy are going to be additional blessings that flow into your life. So this is all really great, pile 3. So the next thing I want to do here is I would love to pull an abundance affirmation for this pile. Okay, well, excuse the barking dog. I was going to wait until they stop barking, but we're just going to keep moving on. Okay, so your abundance affirmation for this reading is, I live in a world of infinite possibilities. I believe I am capable of achieving great things. I keep hearing sky's the limit, pile 3. I think that you're going to be visiting places, seeing sights, reaching mountaintops that you never imagined that you'd reach. So yeah, sky's the limit. I think that you're going to have amazing opportunities to have a multitude of opportunities. Thank you for bearing with me with the barking dog outside. This camera is just so crisp and precise that it picks up everything, even things that are outside of my dwelling. And yeah, anyway. So the next thing, sorry, we're just going to work through the barking dog. The next thing that we're going to do is we are going to roll the astro dice and see what other blessings are coming into your life. Pile 3. Okay, so we have Leo, and we have the moon, and we have the 12th house. Okay, so let's see. With Leo and the moon and the 12th house here, in terms of what kind of financial blessings are coming into your life, Leo, it's associated with the sun, right? And it's linked to things like creativity and expression and leadership. So, you know, I do feel like you're going to receive a lot of blessings in the area of recognition and attention. I feel like you're going to have influence, and basically I think that you're going to find a lot of success in careers or endeavors that allow you to express yourself, you know, your creative talents, and positions where you can take on leadership roles. And I feel like self-confidence and like the ability to lead and perform in the spotlight is going to be big themes for you. So I do think that this is going to lead you to opportunities for more financial growth and recognition. With the moon here, so the moon, it'll represent things like our emotions, our intuition, our instincts. So when it comes to financial blessings, I feel like your emotional well-being, your intuition are going to play a big role in this. You know, so maybe this means like you make some of your financial decisions based on your gut feelings, right? On how you feel and where your heart's leading you. And yeah, the moon also can symbolize things like new beginnings and the potential for growth. So yeah, I think these will be upcoming themes for you in your financial blessings. We also have the 12th house, and the 12th house in astrology is linked to things like hidden strengths, spirituality, and the unconscious mind. So I do think that maybe we're going to be doing some inner work. We're going to be looking at our inner attitudes, our inner motivations, our inner beliefs about money and finances and abundance. And maybe we're going to use these things to like working through money mindset stuff, right? And releasing self-limiting beliefs around money and what money means to you, and, you know, what your relationship is with it, you know? So anyway, I digress, but I do think that we're going to be doing a lot of inner work here, and it's going to lead us to more financial abundance. So this is amazing, pile 3. What we're going to do next is we're going to look through our book, Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci, and we are going to find out what additional information you need to know. Okay, so it says, make it easy. Don't keep struggling if something seems difficult. It really doesn't have to be. There's a big difference between taking the easy way out and looking for a simple solution. So stop what you are doing, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how can I make this easier? Then do it that way instead. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Confucius. Yeah. I think that this is just a reminder to keep things simple. Sometimes keeping things really simple leads us to greater success. It allows things to flow into our life a lot easier. So yeah, keeping it simple throughout the process, not overcomplicating things, not overthinking things. And yeah, thank you so much, pile 3. Please give this video a like if it resonated. Comment down below with what pile you chose, and subscribe if you haven't already. You'll be the first in line to see my new videos, and I just love to have you here as a part of this community. So Thank you. Take care of yourself. I hope to see you on a video right after this video. I do have a playlist of pick a cards of various topics: love, money, personal growth, some other unique ones. So yeah, definitely check it out. And if not, I will see you back on the next reading. Thank you so much, Pile 3. Take care. Bye. Hi, Pile 4. Welcome to your general reading. If you would like to explore my podcast, my shop, or e-courses, please check out the links in my description. All of the decks from today's cards will also be linked for you in the description as well. Now let's dive in. Pile 4. The first card that we have here is the Sun. I absolutely love this. Is like one of my favorite cards in the deck. You can just feel its warmth. It's just such a bright, beautiful, and I feel like it's such a healing card too. The Sun is actually one of the most favorable and positive cards in the deck. So with this card, financial prosperity and abundance are heading your way, Pile 4. Super duper exciting. Many of you here, you're about to go through a period of financial blessings where your financial situation feels like it's flourishing and you're really enjoying a sense of wealth and plenty. Pile 4, I feel like you're developing a clear and a well-informed perspective on your financial situation. I feel like many of you are going to be coming to an understanding of your financial goals, and you're going to be making well-informed decisions that lead to your financial blessings. So with this card, I feel like it's truly going to be a time of clarity in your financial pursuits. The Sun also symbolizes things like optimism and positivity. So you could find that you will be in like a highly optimistic and positive state regarding your financial future. Maybe your attitude and your outlook, maybe your money mindset will ultimately contribute to your financial blessings. If any of you out there are involved in investments, the Sun card could signify that your investments could perform well and you might be able to reap the rewards. So Pile 4, I also feel like you're attracting new financial opportunities, and many of you here will find that the financial blessings that you're experiencing are a result of these new opportunities. So definitely remember to make the most of these chances, Pile 4. You will be amazed. And I also feel like another blessing that is coming into your life is that your financial talents and your achievements will be recognized and appreciated. So I'm really feeling the deep energy of receiving accolades and promotions and rewards for your ability to make good financial judgments and decisions. It might be helpful for you to also set clear financial goals and boundaries and really follow a path that aligns with your values and your desires. And your financial blessings could also come in as a result of you being in alignment as well. So overall, I feel like just amazing financial well-being is coming your way, Pile 4, and you will be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, your financial blessings. And I do feel like these will all bring feelings of comfort and joy and feeling content, right? We have the Saraswati card. So Saraswati refers to a respected goddess in Hinduism, and she is known as the deity of knowledge and wisdom and art and music and learning. So maybe this refers to an additional blessing that you'll receive in combination with your financial blessings. Maybe this sounds like a spiritual blessing. But Saraswati is often shown holding like a musical instrument and a sacred text. These symbolize her association with knowledge and learning. And she is also considered the goddess of things like students and scholars and teachers. So maybe some of you will be receiving blessings in academia or, in your studies or in teaching others. She's also associated with things like creativity and art and music. So maybe some of you will inspire others and receive enhanced artistic or creative abilities. Maybe you'll be blessed with better speech, better eloquence. And she's actually known to, or she's believed to bestow the gift of articulate and meaningful communication. So maybe this could be like another kind of blessing that is flowing into your life, Pile 4. The next card that we have here is your commitment is being tested, first quarter moon. Ooh, okay, so with this card, I feel like if any of you out there feel like your commitment is being tested in terms of achieving goals, there are many different reasons why our commitment is sometimes being tested, right? Facing challenges and tests of commitment, they really can help us to build more resilience, and it strengthens our ability to bounce back from setbacks and persevere through difficulties. It also helps us to develop a never give up attitude, right? So going through like tests of commitment, it can force us to really look at and reevaluate our goals and our priorities. And it gives us the opportunity to figure out whether our goals align with our values and whether we're willing to stay committed to them despite any sort of challenges or obstacles that we're facing, right? So I feel like these tests, they often show us more about ourselves, and, it lets us see what our strengths and our weaknesses are and the limits that we want to, bust through. So I do feel like going through kind of challenges and tests of, commitment, it can really uncover like some hidden talents that you like maybe never knew you had. It can boost your determination, and it really helps you to grow on a personal level. So things like adversity and, going through tests of commitment, it can really provide opportunities for character development, right? It can bring us more patience and determination and discipline and perseverance, but it also helps us to step outside of our comfort zones, which is where the growth happens, right, Pal 4? So we learn and develop most when we face challenges that do push us to do better and to be better, right? The next card that I have here is the Rabbit Spirit. And so it says, now is a lucky time. So with this card, I feel like you're going to be in a period where it truly is a lucky time for you. And this is your reminder to trust yourself and put yourself out there. Guys, I'm sorry for the barking dog. We're just going to push through because this message is flowing. But yeah, really take that risk of co-creating your wildest dreams with the universe, with God, your higher self, or, whatever it is that you resonate most with. I always say there's always room for everybody's beliefs here. So Pal 4, you are about to start a brand new shiny chapter. This feels like a really productive time where you also begin to see the fruits of your labor more quickly than you realize. And there's really so much possibility and fertility out there for you, Pal 4. It's also a reminder that being vulnerable and taking risks while co-creating with the universe is important for so many reasons, right? When we are vulnerable and we take risks, we open ourselves up to experience a broader range of possibilities and opportunities. I feel like by stepping outside of our comfort zone, you're more likely to discover new paths and experiences that you might have missed otherwise, right? So I think risk-taking and vulnerability, they're really powerful tools for personal growth. They have us confront our fears. They help us to overcome obstacles and develop resilience. And through these experiences, we really learn more about ourselves and our capabilities. So yeah, I think it also it boosts our creativity to be more vulnerable, right? It helps us to think outside of the box and experiment with new ideas and really approach challenges from different angles. And it really fosters this kind of ingenious and innovative, beautiful solution to things, right? So I feel like when you demonstrate your willingness to take risks and to be vulnerable, you attract more opportunities and positive outcomes, right? I feel like, it's also important to approach things with mindfulness and discernment, because not all risks are worth taking, right? I feel like vulnerability should be practiced in safe and supportive environments. Use your discernment skills. You know yourself best. But yeah, striking that balance between openness and caution is really key to co-creating that beautiful life that really does align with your desires and your values. I want to look in our Animal Power book, 100 Animals to Energize Your Life and Awaken Your Soul by Allison Charles and illustrations by William Santiago. We're going to look at Rabbit Spirit and see what other information or what other messages are meant for us to hear. Okay, so we have Rabbit. Some themes here are quick decision making, seizing opportunity, fertility, leap of faith, planning, divination, outsmarting, transcending fears, and the moon. Okay, when to work with me. When you want to seize an opportunity, when you want to activate a new life force, when you are entering a committed relationship, when you want to work with the cycles and power of the moon, when you're ready to face your fears, when you want to release stress. Okay, the energy medicines here says, I carry strong medicine of agile, fast, forward movement. Call upon my abilities when you need to act quickly and seize an opportunity. I love this. Okay, so I think that this further confirms the messages that we already talked about with our rabbit card. It's a lucky time. I want to talk about the Desert Passage card here, and it says, trust there's a divine plan. I really love this card because if there's any of you out there who are feeling like things feel barren and like there's no fruit blooming for you, no flowers blooming for you, you know what I mean? This is your call to remember to trust in the divine plan, right? I feel like life is filled with a lot of uncertainties, a lot of challenges, and believing in a divine plan can provide comfort and reassurance for us during difficult times. And knowing that there's a greater purpose or order to the universe, it can really guide and support us through life's most challenging times, right? So trusting in that divine plan, it can really help us to, feel that all of our experiences, whether they're positive or negative, that they all contribute to a larger meaningful narrative, right? And I do feel like having faith, it can also help to reduce stress, right? And help to reduce anxiety by shifting that burden of control away from us, right? It helps us to stop micromanaging every aspect of our life and to surrender to a higher power, right? I feel like this also means that we surrender to the flow of life and trusting that things will unfold as they were meant to. And this helps us to kind of more peacefully and in a more accepting attitude, adapt to life's twists and turns, right? So it really helps us to instill hope, even in the face of challenges and and adversity. It can inspire us to keep moving forward and to maintain a positive outlook on the future. The next card that we have here is Wisdom. We have Bay Leaf. So I also feel like wisdom is another blessing that you're going to be receiving in addition to the financial blessings that are flowing into your life. Bay leaves are associated with things like energy and wishes and clairvoyance and inspiration. And wisdom is also associated with many different blessings and benefits, right? Wisdom allows us to make thoughtful and informed and sound decisions, right? It helps us to assess situations more accurately. It helps us to think about the long-term consequences of our choices. And it helps us to choose actions that really do align with our values and our goals. I feel like wisdom helps us to approach our problems and challenges with creativity, right? And it helps us to manage our emotions and respond to difficult situations as well. I just feel like it fosters emotional resilience overall, and this is absolutely a true blessing. We have the Expansiveness card here, and it says, eternity is far more creative than the rigid, constrained, and exhausted ego. So yeah, I just feel like your blessings are going to be expansive. They're going to be more beautiful than you could have ever expected, more wonderful than you could have ever imagined. I feel like, okay, for example, say you were going to get a certain house, right? You were going to buy a certain house, and the house that you actually buy, it turns out to be a lot more expansive than your last one. It turns out to be a whole lot better. I'm thinking about the mind, expanding the mind, raising your ceiling, right? Sky's the limit here. I also feel like just personally, spiritually, financially, everything's going to be expanding in a positive way. We also do have the Strawberry card here, and so I do feel like not only is life going to feel like a lucky time, but it's going to feel really sweet as well. I feel like your relationships are going to be really harmonious. I feel like your finances are going to be in a really good place. They're going to feel stable, and I also feel like life is just going to feel a lot more cheery and happy, and we do have that confirmed with the sun here. And then it says, savor life. Yeah, I really do feel like all of this coming up for you, Pile 4, you're going to have the chance to just truly enjoy life, right? truly enjoy the abundance and the happiness that you so deeply deserve, right? So yeah, it's super exciting, pile 4. The next thing I want to do here is I want to get an abundance affirmation for you. So what is pile 4's abundance affirmation? Okay. So this one says, I manifest abundance. The universe supports me and wants to provide me with what I need. I love this. I feel like, again, this talks more about having that faith, right, in a higher power and believing in the divine plan. Trust that there's a divine plan, right? So just trust that there is a universe, a God, a higher self, whatever it is that resonates with you. There is something outside of ourselves that wants to support us. And I think that this is what's going to help you manifest abundance. So super exciting. Next thing I want to do here is I would love to roll some astro dice for, was I calling this mindfulness dice the whole time? Who knows? We've been recording since like 5:30 a.m. But I want to roll some astro dice to get more information on what financial blessings are coming into your life. We have Aries, we have Mercury, and then we have the 10th house. Okay, so in terms of financial blessings, with Aries here, it's a fire sign, and it is associated with things like assertiveness, leadership, independence. So basically, I think this is the energy of like you being proactive and assertive when it comes to pursuing your financial opportunities. It represents you having the drive and the determination to initiate new financial ventures and take risks and step out of your comfort zone, which can lead to your financial success, right? We also have Mercury here, and so Mercury stands for things like communication, intellect, adaptability. So I feel like Mercury is really skilled in planning and negotiating and communicating. So I think that these could all be some skills that will help you in terms of your money matters. And I think that you bringing like this analytical, problem-solving energy to the table, it's going to help you to excel in, professions that involve financial markets, right? It's going to help you to navigate certain challenges and changes and adapt to certain financial situations. So, yes. And the 10th house, it represents things like our career and our public life and our reputation in society. So, yeah, I feel like your career or your public image, it might play a significant role in your financial success. Maybe some of you out here achieve financial blessings through a successful or prominent career where you hold a position of like authority or influence. But yeah, I do feel like it's all very positive energy. Let's get a book divination from the book Less is More, 101 Ways to Simplify Your Life by Dominique Bertolucci. So what does pile 4 need to know for their highest for this hit? Okay, it says love yourself. When you find yourself criticizing a friend, stop. Most of the time, the things we find most annoying about others are mirrors of the qualities we like least about ourselves. Before you judge a friend for not being perfect, take a moment to forgive yourself the same. Your relationships with others are always a direct reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. Michael Thomas Snarble. Yeah, interesting. I think this talks about how relationships are a mirror, and when we feel like judging others, it's an opportunity to both forgive and accept the flaws that we have within ourselves and foster a little bit of a deeper sense of self-love. That's what helps us to be more loving and embody loving energy. And love is one of the most powerful and, one of the most highest vibrations out there. It will help you to, if you embody love, you'll receive more love, you know what I mean? So if you're embodying high vibrational feelings, that'll help you to bring in more high vibrational financial situations and those kind of things. So love yourself, pal 4. Thank you so much for being here. If this card video after this. I do have a whole playlist with a bunch of different pick a card topics. So if anyone feels like binge watching some pick a cards, I will have it on the end screen here. And then, yeah, but if not,